So welcome back to the Installer Plaza here at Installer 2023, and I'm joined by Ed Morris, who's Technical Manager at Altecnic. Welcome, Ed.
Thank you very much.
How nice to see you again. I mean, I think I've been seeing you for the last 5, 6, 7 years or something.
Yeah, I think it's about that long.
Just hold that nice and close.
Feels a lot longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been about 6 or 7 years. I think they've been attending Installer with Altecnic.
Well, it's
so,
lovely
yeah,
to see you again.
We
We've got this here we're going to talk about in a second, but I just want to say, if you want to come and join us, we've got breakfast being handed out here. You're more than welcome to come and join us and grab something to eat and have a sit down and relax. But Ed, tell me, new exciting product. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so this is the Altecnic Dry Trap Tundish, which you have very well modelling for me there. It's like a gang of QVC, isn't it?
Thank you very much.
Get our own shopping channel. So it's designed to take away wastewater for things like safe relief valves, temperature and pressure relief valves. But there's a couple of things that are unique about this one. So it's got a patented design on the top. So even if you can see on the screen, we've got this clear visual indicator on the top, but that's also
Ben, make sure you get
that one. This
Ben,
bit here, this bit there, yeah.
Ben, the cameraman.
So that's
his first job.
Is his first job? Is he paid or is he a volunteer as well?
No, he's a volunteer.
Volunteer,
as well,
I thought so. But that's also an anti-splash, so it was to activate, so for instance you weren't there or there was a high flow of water that was come over it. That obviously would prevent water from going away and causing water damage. So that's one of the features.
What makes it different from other Tundishes? Is it that element of it?
We've got that side of it. It's also been independently tested at test house. It's got one of the highest flow rates of water discharge. So obviously the more water it comes out, the less it's going to expel over the top, should not be able to discharge it. So a couple of really cool features on there. So we've had that. But yeah, it's designed to be installed with G3 regs on things like safe relief valves, temperature and pressure relief valves. Generally, you'd have to take it away through a trap waste to prevent foul smells coming back up through the Tundish. Whereas with these ones, it acts almost like a non-return valve or check valve, so those smells don't come back up. So easy to install for installers.
So these are kind of the applications it's been designed for. I just wonder, as a company, how has the last 12 months been for Altecnic generally?
Crazy. If I'm completely honest. I think it's not been the last 12 months. I think the last two and a half years we've seen some really big growth within the business. Sort of through COVID, I think after COVID was a really busy time for us, and that hasn't really stopped, which is great. It's a lot of hard work for everybody involved. The team have really pulled together to get through these times and help the business expand and grow. And I think it's really important that you see that in the business, is people working together. But it's been a really good, strong 12 months. For me, technically, the more products we sell, the more things I have to deal with problem-wise, but that's what I get paid to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was talking to Simon from Glowworm and Valen earlier, and we were talking about how this show has grown and just
unbelievable.
It's extraordinary. But one of the nice things about it is catching up with old mates.
It is, and you come here to stand on the stand and talk about products, but it is just like catching up with old friends all the time. You get people come and see you, even manufacturers. So obviously we have a lot of relationships with people within this room, but also plumbers, installers. It's a real good event, and like you say, the way that it's grown. I mean, coming here yesterday to help set up the stand and seeing it for the first time, knowing what we had from the old Rico days when it was not so big to where we are now, I think is absolutely fantastic. It's really
I think for those people who only come on the days when it's open like this, you should come on the day before, because it's carnage, isn't it?
It's brutal. It's the one place I said yesterday, you can just throw stuff on the floor and it disappears, because there's always someone going around cleaning up, and it is an absolute free-for-all. I think yesterday, trying to walk down these aisles, there was pallets and boxes and people and a bit of everything everywhere, but what the teams do to get it turned around is phenomenal.
And the staff here, the cleaning staff, do an amazing job. But even if you come at 9:30 this morning, you'll still see people
Everyone's
painting,
still painting, touching up, laying carpets. The whole works goes on. So,
and what are the general trends you're saying? I mean, we've got this cost of living crisis and so on and so forth. Is that affecting your side of the business?
Not so much, I think. And obviously it is, because I suppose the way it would impact us is the way people treat their homes. So, people maybe 12 months ago, before we entered this period of time, would carry out home renovations. And I guess a lot of people are sort of putting on hold because you have to, it's
slowing
difficult.
down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I think for us as a business, the trends are seen, I don't know, there's lots of changes. I think with legislation and stuff, we're dealing with a constantly moving target at the moment. So
look, final question really, what sort of advice would you give to installers looking to kind of stay ahead of the game? I mean, some things we can't predict, like COVID and so on, but,
no.
but what are you looking at? How do you stay ahead of the game?
You know what, it's a really good question, and it's a really difficult one to answer, because you've almost got to try and second guess where everything's going. So I think one of the things that we do quite well as an organisation, as a business, is we have a lot of people who sit on different trade bodies and different sort of things that around the industry. So when conversations do start, so we talk about legislations for 2025 or beyond, we're already aware of what's going on, so we can then start to plan our way around it. So for installers, I think, you've just got to keep your eye on certainly Altecnic's website. Well, I'll get that one in there. But also, sort of see
what is the address?
It's www.altecnic.co.uk.
Always
That's
give
the
it a plug,
website.
yeah.
But yeah, it's all about just, I think, sort of seeing which trends, and it's always going to change, because legislation's always changing. They'll set a target for 2025, and in 2 weeks' time they'll change it to another date. So that's quite difficult. But as manufacturers, we have to try and stay ahead of that.
And we were talking before we came live. You do a bit of a podcast, do you? Or
We do all sorts. Yeah, we do podcasts, we do webinars, I do quite a lot of work in mental health, so I do mental health stuff on the radio. So yeah, us as an organisation, Altecnic, have really supported me in the mental health stuff. But we do a lot of product stuff as well. So let's say podcasts, webinars, YouTube videos, all that sort of stuff. So my face is pretty much everywhere on the Altecnic website.
And it is perfect for radio.
It is perfect for radio. You did point that out to me earlier, so thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
No, let me take that back. But actually, just on a serious note, maybe we'll finish this, the mental health side of things. It's such a serious topic now, and it has become top of mind, for want of better words, for a lot of people. And what are you experiencing with the work that you're doing? Yeah,
I think COVID was a big thing for me. That's when I really sort of, I know I'll always open up. I've suffered in the past with my mental health, and it's a journey I think you'll be on for the rest of your life. You're never cured, but you learn to live with it. Yeah. And I think I saw a lot of that in COVID. I reached out, and there's some people in this room who I won't shout out because who have done some amazing things with me. We've done charity work together, we've done radio shows, we've done podcasts. So Altecnic have supported that, and I think it's just getting people to talk. We're coming from quite a masculine-based industry where people don't want to talk. They're scared to talk about, not say talk about how you feel, but everyone's got feelings, and
it's quite a lonely industry.
It is very much so.
Forget this for a minute. When you're on the tools,
of course, I come from the tools, and you sit, I'm lucky I sit in an open plan office with lots of people around me, but a lot of the people walking around this room today now have just got a van, and that's their office, and it's them on their own, and it's a lonely place when people aren't paying their bills, and you've got bills to pay yourself, and you've got families to feed. So I just say, just talk. That's all you've got to do.
Well, keep doing what you're doing. It's lovely to see you again. It's great, and we'll bump into each other, no doubt, over the next couple of days. It's always great to see you.
And you.
Thank you for joining us.
Absolute pleasure.
And come back here in about 8 or 9 minutes' time. I'm going to be joined by Stuart Pearce.
I've just warmed up for Stuart Pearce. I'm going to put that on my CV. I've just fluffed Stuart Pearce. I've just fluffed for Stuart Pearce.
Oh dear.
That's what I've done.
What could possibly go wrong? Thank you very much, Ed.
Thank you very much.
Look forward to seeing Stuart in about 8 or 9 minutes' time.